The Screaming Mean Machine by Joy Cowley and David Cox. The Screaming Mean Machine. Last summer at the amusement park, I went on a Ferris wheel ride in a seat that stopped at the top, then swung like crazy and dropped down to the other side. I wasn't scared. I went on the ghost train in the dark through a tunnel of howls and groans and the rattle of skeletons' bones, and I wasn't scared of that either. Last summer, I went on a lot of things. The parachute drop, the octopus swings, the mountain slide, the water ride, and the rocking Viking boat. I wasn't scared on anything, except a couple of times I shut my eyes. But all of last summer, I was too small for the biggest and fastest ride, the roller coaster that everyone calls the Screaming Mean Machine. The rest of my family went on it. My mom, my brother Rick, my cousins, my dad who sat in the car with his hands in the air and said he was going to be sick, although he kept going back for more. While I had to stay on the ground and watch them all. But this year, I've grown like a string bean, and now I'm not too small. I'm big enough and strong enough and brave enough and tall enough for the green, screaming, mean machine. Except perhaps, just maybe, when I think about it, I could wait another month or more to be positively, absolutely sure. Sit with me in the front seat, my brother Ricky says. We're in the car and a bar comes down. The bar is sticky with cotton candy. And I think, I'm too young after all. Next year's a better idea. Next summer would be dandy. I think I've changed my mind and now I wonder how I'll get out of here. I say to Rick, what happens if the wheels come off the track? He says, they can't. But suppose they did. They just put them back on, he says. Then he looks at me real close and says, hey, don't you freak on me. Ha ha, who's gonna freak? I want to know. You're scared, he says. I can see. You can't see anything, I laugh. Ricky, you're out of your tree. The car jerks. There is a long, rattling sound like chains in a dungeon. We are being pulled up high off the ground, high up the Screaming Mean Machine. So high up a mountain of track that all I can see is sky. Then I lean over and look back a long way down at Mom and Dad, who are like dots of confetti on the ground. The car stops at the top and my stomach flips. I'm not going to freak. I'm not. Then the car begins to move. Oh. So fast, I can't breathe. Race, race, straight down. Wind in my hair, wind in my face. My brother yelling, yay! I hold on to the bar. Faster, faster. Can't feel, can't see. Blur of speed, noise of wheels. People screaming, everyone screaming, except me. And faster. Oh, I wish I'd never come. Oh, someone please, please, someone make it stop. Down to the bottom and up again with a clatter and a shudder and a bump. My hair is flapping in my face. Water is running out of my eyes. There's a lump in my throat. I can't make a sound. The car swings around and up, over again. My brother yells and I can't hear the words. I'm holding onto the bar so hard that the bone in my hands is like stone. We are coming to the loop on the ride. A circle like a gigantic hoop. Up the side, then upside down. The park comes up over my head with a Ferris wheel like a rising sun. I see the water ride, the carousel, then whoosh! We're down the other side. Ricky has his hands in the air. You'll fall out, I shout. But he doesn't hear. He doesn't care. We're at the corkscrew bit where we sit pushed hard back into our seats while the car goes round and around, twisting fast, everything rushing past like a river in a flood. Tracks mixed up with sky and sky mixed up with the ground. Ricky brings his hands down and grabs the bar like me. He looks as though he might be a little bit frightened too. Now we're rushing into darkness with our car leaning sideways in a spiral of flickering lights. Red, blue, silver, green. I see blobs of color moving over Rick's hands and face. Green, silver, blue, red, like stars in space and meteors. But I can't see where we are. The car tips further over and the people behind us yell. They think we're going to fall down the wall of the mean machine. But I know very well it's another trick to scare us, to make us scream. Then, with a turn and a twist, we break out into the sun. And there's the station ahead. And Ricky is saying, "Hey, wasn't that fun?" And I'm saying to him, "Some kids got sticky stuff on this bar. Look, it's all over my hands." And I'm saying to him, "Who said I was going to freak? Who said I was looking scared?" And the car's rattling and creak to a stop. I run down the steps to meet Mom and Dad. That was the most fun I ever had in my whole life. I'm going to do it again. When? Right now. This minute. I can't wait to get back on it. I'm going on another ride on the Screaming Mean Machine. The end.